Have you tried learning to drive in Nigeria? Oh God, the side comments from people on the road. Hey, this one knows how to drive. Hey, wait till this one. Hey, you want jab trailer? They will be saying nonsense. Like if you don't have thick skin, you will be discouraged. You go and pack your car too. Like busybodies plenty. Hey, learning to drive in Nigeria is gangster. You see Molo pass. Benny Kurolana, something. No sabi drive. Nonsense. I'm like, God, why these people like?
Is that bravado of like, this is my child's house. I carried him in my tummy for 9 months. I raised him. You know, it's like that power that sometimes like mother-in-laws feel that they have, and they want to exercise that power in their son's house.
Yeah, a lot of the time, it's not even the parents. Sometimes it's all those Tolo siblings.
Oh, those ones too.
You just see somebody come, I'm in my brother's house, and so.
Welcome to another episode of the Beyond 30 podcast, where we talk about love, life, and everything in between. Beyond 30. Today, as usual, I have with me...
I'm Kome.
And Dr. U.
Hey! And also, I just wanted to say this. If you have been watching us and you have not subscribed, please, we are begging.
It's a lie, we're not begging you. Subscribe. What is it? You watch it from back door. Subscribe,
like, comment.
It's
We
free.
want to hear from you. At the end of every episode, we always have a question for you. Please pay attention. Like, we can put some of the questions too maybe in the description, but please, we want to hear from you. We want to hear what you think, okay? So today we're doing something really, like, we're talking about something really exciting, but at the same time can be a little controversial. Well, the topic for today is, how do you deal with busybodies and unwanted marriage advice? Especially for those of you that are married. Even some people that are not necessarily married, but they're like already in a really good committed relationship that's leading towards marriage. How do you deal with unsolicited advice? And yeah, busybodies.
And we can also talk about it because it includes everyone, even the single people. When people always come to give you advice on, this is what you should do to get a husband, why are you not married, you know, everybody has busybodies.
Yes, so. So, where do we start?
Where do you start? You start. How do you handle them?
Who are busybodies? Busybodies are like people that like to put their nose inside your business without you asking for their help, and at the same time, people who maybe notice something and they want to just advise you on what's going on. How do I deal with it? I don't know. Do I have that much of it?
Have you ever gotten advice that you were like, nope, this is not good advice?
That this is not good advice. I mean, there are a couple, like, when I was dating, I think I've said this one before about my aunt. Like,
Yes. In the very first episode.
yes. So, yes, that was unwanted. But I mean, I see the sense in it. So that's why I don't know if I would categorize it as busybody or unwanted. I think that was coming from a place of love. But like, nobody has actually come to me and said, oh, this person you are dating is a bad person. Or nobody has come to me and said, your husband did something. Nobody has reported. You know what I mean? Like, the only time I think there was unnecessary, like, or advice that I didn't ask for it, I was just getting it, was maybe when I had my first baby, where people were like, oh, sleep when the baby sleeps. Oh, do this or do that. Like, that's the only other time. I think we've done a pretty good job of like keeping people away in our relationship. And I think maybe we're just also blessed to have like people that are not quite nosy around us. Like, most people leave us. Oh, actually, no, I'm wrong. Now thinking back, when I first got married, before I got pregnant, then people started asking, what is going on? You know, my mom would call and say, is everything okay? That is, I don't want to categorize it as busybody, but it's part of it.
There are three different associations that I know of.
association?
Womb Watchers Association, Religious Sisters Association, and the Marriage Keepers Association. You see these three groups, they are
I
very
like the way you have
active.
categorized them. Womb watchers,
Religious
religious
sisters. They are the ones that know how you are not serving God. They always have some. You don't know these people. Sister, come here. I noticed that you've not been coming to
They're
church
backsliding.
regularly.
church.
And in London now,
That's
I was going
That's
there,
why.
and they're
That's
like,
why.
if they don't see you at church, they will actually call you. They'll be like, Sister, come here. You
They've
didn't
not
come to
seen you.
church this
Yeah.
week. What happened? It doesn't matter what reason you give. Like, Jesus loves you. He wants you to be close to
All of a sudden, you're not born again anymore.
Like,
you're
what?
You're not a Jesus baby anymore.
So we have those religious
Okay.
sisters. Then we
Okay.
have the marriage keepers. Those ones, they know how to advise you on every subject marriage. And some of them are not even married though.
Wow.
You don't know those aunties.
Well, so that's the thing, right? I don't have
You
that.
never experienced those aunties. Wow.
I don't know. Did you ever? I don't have those.
So you know what?
I think I've been lucky. I've not really had like busybodies like that.
Not. I've also not. I've also not had.
And you've never had friends that had those advice too. What's going on here today?
So this might be a thing. This might be a thing where I feel like maybe before marriage, I had really, again, I'm one to make a lot of friends, but not close enough to the point where they feel invested in my relationship or in my daily life in that way. Like if I have friends that if they notice that I'm doing something, like one of my friends, the one that made me to start, like, taking care of yourself, going to the spa, make like all that stuff, but not necessarily like people who would come in and feel like they need to advise me on something in my marriage or something in my relationship.
I don't even think it's friends most of the time. Most of the time it's like older family, older relatives that usually do it.
Okay.
Like the pregnancy thing. I think when we got married, it was even my parents. My parents were the first people that said,
True.
"Hello." what's
Did you
going
also
on?
wait after getting married?
Yeah, we waited for
Okay.
2 years.
Yes.
That makes
No, yours
ours was more than 2 years.
We did 1.5.
yeah.
Yeah.
So ours was more than 2 years. Ours was nearly 3 years, right? But it was a conversation we had before we got married, and like we didn't want to get pregnant immediately. But it was my mom that first of all called me and said, what are you people waiting for? Mom, if you're watching this. It was like, what are you people
She even
waiting
tried.
for?
When did she, like, was it after 2 years that she started bothering?
No.
Like, just asking you, okay, immediately.
It was not immediately, but it was
Okay.
also not after a while. It was
Okay.
like, I think it was like 6 months, 9 months in.
Okay. Okay.
I
Which
think-
is when they start expecting.
Which is exactly. It's almost like once you get married, they expect
Like-
the pregnancy to fall on you. No, it will just follow. It's part of the blessing at the altar. Like, take it. Right? So she called me. She
Yeah.
was like, I knew she was struggling with how to broach the subject. And then eventually she was like, I was at work that day and she called me and she was like, I wanted to talk to you so that your husband will not be there. Like, what's happening?
Is everything
Then I
okay?
changed it for her.
You changed it.
Straight. I knew that she was like, I knew she was coming from a good place.
Of course.
But I also didn't want that. I just didn't want that pressure. So I think that's even the person that, got the brunt. But I've had other situations where someone would say something that is totally unsolicited and totally unacceptable. And my own policies in life, I don't know how to do all those Nigerian women thing where you keep quiet and suffer. I give it straight to you.
I trust Gome. That's why I say she really wants to teach us.
No, I feel so. Here's the thing. I think the reason why maybe some of us, like, the only person that was, I guess, womb watching for me was maybe, at least directly to me, was maybe my mom too. But then also, I think she was getting some pressure from other people. 'Cause
outside.
I'm not, I don't leave the line of communication open to that level to like other family members where they're like, they feel so free to just be asking me those kinds of questions, right? So there's that. So when mom is saying it, I'm like, okay, here's why. You know, then I'm explaining it to her, and then she gets it, right? So, because I think sometimes too, I feel like when they're asking maybe because they feel like there's a reason why it didn't happen. Have you thought about the fact that maybe we also don't communicate this stuff?
Because it's not their business.
No. What I mean is, so for example, for my mom, right? If I had told her before, we already know what the expectations would be, right? That after you get married, they'll be expecting baby. So if I told them that, look, nobody should disturb me about having babies until 2 years after my marriage, because I want to first enjoy it. I feel like they would, at least my mom will respect, you know, that, and be like, okay, this is the reason why. It's not because they are not doing it right. It's true.
Right. I see
You know
where
what I
you're
mean?
coming
Like,
from. Yeah.
so then, because they might be thinking that, oh, maybe she needs help.
It's like, what kind of help?
Yes, how are you doing
Yeah, like,
it?
what kind of help though?
That,
Maybe deliverance.
Femi went to a different country.
that's going too far now. You know how some people, they get married, and who knows, maybe they're virgins before they got married, and they don't know where to put it. Do you understand
So
what I
they're
mean?
praying wrong.
They're praying wrong. They're going to Jerusalem wrong.
Oh my God. Take. That was rightly said.
They're taking the wrong route.
Like, oh my God, this hat never fails. God. Oh my God. You guys forgive us. No, that's what. Oh boy.
It's true.
That has to be.
So like then they call and they're asking, you know, how are you doing it? Then that's when they now want to give you sex education.
Oh yeah.
Do you understand?
The one
And they should have done it.
What they should have done
give
before, right? So I feel like sometimes if you communicate to the people that you know are closest to you that may be concerned, and maybe it will deter them. But we're not even talking about those people. We're talking about, I don't know, I've never had to deal with them, I think. Partly because we were abroad, like because we were in Canada. I feel like if I was in Nigeria, we would have had some brothers and sisters. Well, mostly sisters.
I was actually going to say that when I said I've not had busybodies, I think that's because we're talking about it in the context of family and friends. You see, in Nigeria, your business is everybody's business. Your baby is crying. Give her breast. Don't do this one. Catch it. I'm like, can you just mind your business? Like, we didn't ask your opinion. Like, mind your
Do you tell
business
them
already.
If they
No.
do?
So my own way of dealing with busybodies, you know, me, I'm not confrontational. Come out there, whoa, face your front. Me, I'll just tell you like I can't hear you. I continue doing what I'm doing.
Actually,
I totally ignore you.
That would be my strategy. That would have been my strategy. So I'll just pretend like you're not talking to me.
Like, I want to learn. Can you guys
Just
have a
ignore.
masterclass for me where you teach me how to eat? I don't know how to. Like,
it's
it
the way
doesn't mean
you
I
are, it's the way
respond
you are
to
built.
everyone. It doesn't
Yeah,
mean
of
I respond to
course.
everyone. But if you say something totally nonsensical,
You won't let it go.
I cannot go, because if I let you go with that
come back
nonsense
again.
you have dropped,
You will not learn.
I will not be able to sleep.
Or they will not learn. Maybe because I thought you were thinking about it in terms of them. They should learn their lesson.
First of all, yes, they will not learn. It means that next time you carry your two left legs
I
and
got
come with
this somewhere
nonsense
else.
again. But also, I feel like I will not be able to sleep. Like, why would you drop that kind of load of rubbish and you go scot-free? No, you must take headache home. I really want to learn it. Like, I love how you guys are able to just...
I
Have you
think
tried learning to drive in
Yeah.
Nigeria? Oh God, the side comments from people on the road. Hey, this one knows Sabi drive. Hey, wait till this one. Hey, you want jab trailer? They will be saying nonsense. Like if you don't have thick skin, you will be discouraged. You gotta pack your car too. Like busybodies plenty. Hey, Jesus, learning to drive in Nigeria is gangster. You see Molu pass, something. No Sabi drive, nonsense. I'm like, God, why are these people like?
God, that's a very different. I can imagine.
Yeah, no, that's. It's not every time. I feel like there are times too. I want to be like you, where
You
I
want
wanna
to
be
give
like-
it to some people.
I want to
sometimes.
give it back.
Yeah.
But then, by the time I think about it, the moment has passed.
Yeah.
Because there's a time when it's sweet to give it back.
That same thing happens to me. I think me and Temi's problem is we have a bit of a delayed response. I'm not joking, because sometimes I'll now go back to myself. I should have actually said that.
Yep.
But the person has gone. The moment has passed, so you can't do anything. Yeah.
I remember, I'm not going to give too much context, but I remember one very stupid advice somebody gave me about just basically marriage stuff. And Now that I think about it, I really should have kept quiet. And just be like, Jesus, take the wheel. But when I changed it, I was like, first of all, is that the advice you would give me if I was your child? Right? And I know, see, look, my mom, that one sometimes she tells me, because my mom is also, my mom is type A, right? I'm not type A, but...
Okay. Yeah,
Type C.
Type C. What's a type A?
Type A is like
Alpha.
choleric,
Yeah.
Okay.
temperament,
Gotcha.
very outspoken. They don't even care how.
And you think you are not type A?
No, I'm not.
So what type are you?
I'm actually what's these people that are always happy?
Sanguine.
Sanguine. I'm actually very sanguine.
Is your husband that is sanguine?
No, my husband is phlegmatic.
Plus sanguine, he has the mix.
Yeah, so he's a flex
He has
san.
that,
I'm a
yes.
san.
Choleric is
Actually, I'm a
definitely
san
there.
clo.
Yes, now you can't tell me you don't have choleric traits.
No, there's a fourth one. What's
Melancholic.
the fourth one? Oh no, I'm
Yeah.
a san mel. I'm a
You
san
are
mel.
not Melly.
I
You are
am
not-
very male,
You are
very
san
male.
Choleric. It's us that will tell you.
No, I'm very san
Oh,
male.
yeah?
Please, guys, if you don't know what we are talking about, we're talking about the 4 personality types.
Please describe.
So there's sanguine, there's choleric, there's phlegmatic. Those are the very easy-go-lucky people. If the sky lights, let it be falling.
Yeah.
They are
They're
very
not
calm.
bothered.
Is that's
Yeah.
where we fall under?
No, I'm not phlegmatic.
And we are very calm.
I feel like
I'm
Femi
melancholic.
has melancholy,
I'm
but she
melancholic.
also has a little bit of cloak.
Where is the cloak coming from?
Oh, when you respond. Oh, you don't know. I feel like for her, yes, her major one might be male. That's why she. But if you step on Femi's toes and she's supposed to give it back to you, even you not know where the shots are coming from. Just like whoa, like what? Right? Okay. So anyway, my mom was very choleric, right? And so maybe growing up in that kind of a household is now she tries to calm. She'll be like, why did you say that? Why didn't
too
you?
late for
Why
me."
didn't you try to? I'm not diplomatic at all.
Yeah.
So when you bring rubbish advice to me, if you know you're not ready to hear the truth, just shut your mouth. So even like generally, I remember on my wedding day, there was one instance where somebody said the wrong thing. I'm not going to give details because, sometimes we need to be careful of family, just watch the fact that she didn't mean it in a bad way, but she said something wrong to me. This person is a very big auntie, and like auntie. I actually turned to her and I was like, "Is that your prayer for me?"
Oh, you already did?
Yes.
Wow.
Wow.
What did she
This
do?
was my trad. Like she came in and she said something wrong to me.
Yeah.
Now I know that we are all humans, we can make mistakes.
Yeah.
But mo dakpa that straight. Like, and is that your prayer for me? And she was so shocked. She was like, I just walked away. Like, no, you cannot give me a headache. But
This is shocking.
Sometimes I want to have a little bit of that.
You get it. Sometimes I just feel like
Yeah.
I just need this thing sometimes.
Yeah. The only
Sometimes,
time I
yeah.
get there is if the person has used up. I always give everybody this very
The only time I see
wide. Yeah.
getting there, that I've
Yeah.
seen myself getting there, is when it comes to my children. Yeah, if it's
Yeah,
comes to
that
my
too,
children. But
yeah,
when you
that
come,
too.
I feel like I have a responsibility to.
Yeah.
So when you just mess
like you're
out,
protect like
yes,
a mama
yes.
the tiger momo.
Have you seen me be tiger?
No, just the way she talks about her children,
Yeah.
you know that
Yeah.
you must not pinch one of
Yes,
those
so you
children.
cannot, you cannot.
You will not go scot-free.
One time now, me and Timmy went out. Whose birthday was it? I can't remember. One of the kids.
yeah. At this
Eh,
water park,
that water
splash
park
thing.
And then somebody beat my son. Like, yes.
Okay, that's too much.
We left them to play, and just from afar, luckily, I don't know why I looked there, and I saw her, and then she was
A grown up.
a grown up. She was also African, but she was not Nigerian. And then she said that maybe he did something to her son, and I said, "And you beat her? Would you like me to beat you like that too? How will you feel if I beat you like that too?" By the time I finished with her, she just kept quiet and she went away. So let her talk me that. I will just call the
But
police
she's
here.
naughty.
Like, why will you beat my son? I don't understand. A small boy. Maybe you report or you tell him don't do that again.
That's
like scold him
witchcraft vibes.
verbally. Do you understand? But don't touch him. It's not yours. You don't have a right to
do that,
to beat
yeah.
someone you don't know.
And a little child at that, like,
Yeah.
that's like bullying.
Yes,
like,
it
well,
was
that's
bullying.
witchcraft
If I
vibes,
didn't
because
come,
she's
he
a
was
mommy.
already terrified.
Yeah.
He was already terrified. I had
my
to give it to
God.
her. Like, you don't like. Okay, how would you like me to beat you to? Even though, actually, thinking about it,
If
both of you actually go into
I wouldn't have known
Yeah.
when I would have started beating her, if at all it came to that. It's
Yeah.
later on, I'll be like, maybe I shouldn't have beaten her. Now we are now involved with the police. But trust me, I would have beaten her. Black and blue.
It's like again. You people see what I'm talking about? Tiger mom. Okay, so you guys, there was this story I was reading on the internet. I don't know if I shared it, where basically this girl just had a baby, and her mother-in-law came to stay with her. And I've even shared you guys, like there was even one of my friends in London, same scenario. Mother-in-law came to stay with her, and instead of mother-in-law helping, mother-in-law was now basically watching their house. Yeah, what are we going to eat today? They've not washed the bathroom since. This food is not sweet. Who's going to do laundry? All sorts
And
of
she
things.
just gave birth?
Yes, she actually just gave birth, right? And so, like, I read this story. So this one is even recent. I saw this story, but it reminded me of my friend. I was like, do you know that the main busybodies most times are the in-laws? So your family, like what we've said, they might come to you with good intentions.
Yeah.
But like this girl, I was wishing that somebody would just give me a microphone. Let me just give her advice of what she do. So in this kind of situation, what will you advise her to do? Like mother-in-law is there, and obviously the son doesn't have the energy to. I feel like even
Because
sometimes
it's the
they are
son that
blind.
should have.
They're
It's
not
the son
blind,
that
they're
should
just
have.
ignoring.
No, I feel like sometimes when I say blind,
The sons are blind.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes when I say blind, it's not like they can't see. It's that they feel like my mom is just trying to be nice.
By
My
saying
mom
the
is just
bathroom
trying
is
to
dirty
be.
and the food is not sweet. How is that trying to be nice?
So I understand what she's saying, but I don't know that is that they're blind. I think it's just maybe they're you know the way we see it. If my mom says it, I'm able to tell my mom whatever, like tell her my mind. They, on the other hand, because first of all, they haven't actually been the one to experience the birthing process, they cannot actually put themselves in your shoe
your
unless you explain to them. So the second thing is that when the way they see it as, oh, this is my mom or this is my dad, she's probably coming from a good place. You know, meanwhile, they've not put themselves in your shoes as the woman who's just giving birth. They don't understand how hormonal, how emotional we get. They're just thinking about it from logic that it's not a big deal now.
No,
understand?
saying that bathroom is dirty, food is not sweet.
Because
it-
they're used to hearing it.
Or even who is going to cook, right?
When you know that somebody just gave birth and it's
No, I'm
Yeah.
not excusing the
Oh,
fact
yeah.
that the man does not respond back. I'm just saying, I'm just trying to imagine that that's probably what's going on in their head. That why have I not, like, when you ask yourself, why is it that my husband is not responding back? He's already used to them in that way. He's not seeing it as, oh, this is like,
Yeah.
you know, insulting, or this is annoying, or he's just seeing it as it's not a big deal. Like, just ignore it.
It's
just
not
ignore.
a big deal.
I think the problem,
Just
like you
ignore
said, is
it.
that they're not
Yeah.
putting themselves in your shoes.
Yeah,
If you just
that's the
imagine
main
that
thing.
if it was me
Yeah.
and my you see that it's a big deal.
Yeah, but you know, men generally have, and they have a big problem putting themselves in women's shoes, like, or even just thinking about, I have to explain. Sometimes I have to explain extra and be like, imagine this.
You people, I'm sorry, I disagree.
You don't think that it's because they can't put themselves in your shoes?
No, that's not why.
So what do
You
you
may
think it
not
is?
need to bet a baby to see that somebody just had maybe like a CS and she's walking halfway bent.
Oh, I agree.
Do you get? You don't need you. You can tell that your wife is in pain.
Yeah.
Like why we sugarcoating it when you have a baby? You are still bleeding.
No, I get it.
Right?
Yeah.
It's not that they cannot put themselves in the shoes, that most of them are cowards. They cannot face their
stand up.
mother and
They
say,
can't face their
Mommy, this
family
thing you are
members."
doing is bad. And please stop it.
There's some men that do though, but yeah.
Like, that's why I said, in last episode when we discussed, I said it has to do with the man. However you put your foot down will determine how they will treat your wife. If you say nobody talks to my wife, nobody, they won't try it.
Yeah.
And that's what my husband is like, they already know him in his house.
Yeah.
So nobody can try anything. But if the man is just, like Temi said the other time, then you have to stand up for yourself. If your husband is not going to do it, then you just have to stand up for it. If not, you die and another woman will just come and take over.
It's true.
As in, she will even come with Land Cruiser.
Do you understand? Then she will now be the one to stand up by herself, and then they will now. Do you understand?
Yeah.
True. And we're talking about marriage. Like, it's not just marriage. Like that's why a lot of advice in Nigeria is don't let in-laws stay with you. And it now sounds like it's bad, but it's because people have seen so many instances where one little thing makes the wife a bad person. But if nobody stayed with you,
They won't see.
Actually, somebody
everybody will live happily in peace.
Yeah, somebody that I recently just was chatting with, like 2 days ago. She was just, we were just randomly, we were talking about something, and she was telling me how her husband was the one who, so her mom, she had a baby. She was a student. It was like the baby of the class. They had just finished their last paper, and her friends, like everybody in the class, donated money to buy her gift, right? So they came to visit the baby in the house. Her mother-in-law was around. Her mother-in-law was with the baby in the room, watching the baby. She said she's very gentle. She doesn't argue too. She doesn't fight. She doesn't look for trouble. But she's kind of, she has your type of this thing where she will say, if someone tells her something, she will say it. But sometimes when it comes to like her mother-in-law, she tries to like hold it in a little bit. But here's what happened. The girls came to visit her with the gift. They were with her for 2 hours plus. And they really wanted to carry the baby. The mother-in-law came. People are shouting too much. You're allowed
To her visitors.
to her visitors.
In her house.
In her house. You're going to wake the baby up. Can you come? She did not argue. She did not fight. In fact, she said the way she was even, the baby was beside her on the bed. You know, it was almost like it's her baby. You know. Anyways, she says she didn't say anything. She left. They left. She felt so bad that people traveled, like, put money together, traveled all the way to come and visit her, spend 2 hours with her. I mean, the least they can do, you can give them is for them to be able to see the baby and carry the baby, right? They left. She said when her husband came, she told her husband now went to her mom and said, you're going back home tonight. Drove her back to her house. That same
So
night.
this was in Nigeria?
This was in Nigeria. Drove her back.
I'm sorry. Wait. Grandma refused to let the owner of the baby show her baby to her visitors.
Yes.
Why?
She said,
Like, did
the
she
baby
give everything?
sleeping. Hey, the baby, people are going to wake the baby up. Like,
Baby that wake
babies
up
are
doesn't
always
sleep
sleeping.
again.
You know what? Even if you are concerned, you could have called your daughter-in-law aside and said, please ask your friends to keep it down. It's embarrassing her having to come all the way to tell the visitors directly that they are
It's
making
basically
noise.
she's taking over the house now. You know, it's the bravado.
It's her.
You know,
it's her son's house.
It's that bravado of like, this is my child's house. I carried him in my tummy for 9 months. I raised him. You know, it's like that power that sometimes like mother-in-laws feel that they have, and they want to exercise that power in their son's house. So which is why I'm saying that, you know, as Femi was saying that, this is the responsibility of this son.
Yeah.
To step in at that point and say,
This
is my house, and me and my wife's house is not. You don't have any jurisdiction in this space.
Yeah.
She got the message, and after that, she not try anything like that again. Do you understand?
Yeah.
But once you allow it once,
Yeah.
you allow it twice.
Yeah, you can't stop it
It's hard.
again.
Right? So it has to be like, it's something that you have to discuss with your spouse before you get married.
You guys have to be a team on it.
Yes, like even you on the other as a woman too, it's the
You
same
have to.
thing, right? It's the same thing, but it's more, you know, it's more obvious with the men, because the men are the ones that everybody sees that they're the man of the house. So the woman, the mother, it's ridiculous. I can't like.
So you know what? I think this begs the question of, if you didn't have that conversation before, and you now find yourself in a situation where your husband is not fighting for you,
Then
whether
you
you just had a baby or you did not just have a baby. Because there's sometimes it's not even the husband's parents. Because with parents, I feel like you can still give them some grace as long as it is not hurting you. Right? If someone tells me you've not watched the toilet recently, I mean, I'm tired, I can't wash toilets. You cannot flog me. The worst you will
Don't
think
say
in
you
your-
cannot flog me. Have you not seen that?
What?
Yeah.
What?
When mother-in-law slapped
The
daughter-in-law.
daughter-in-law. And the daughter-in-law slapped her own back.
Slapped her own back.
I don't know if it was a movie or if this
I
was
think it was
actually
a
real.
skit. I think it was a
It must have been a
skit.
skit. But I feel like it happens.
Yeah, it does
In
happen,
reality,
yes.
because-
But I feel like, so can we just discuss that a
what
bit?
kind of jungle are some people living in?
Wait, we didn't even end that jungle because the girl slapped her own back, slapped
Yes.
the mother-in-law back.
Yes.
The son was there.
Yes.
Then slapped her or something.
What they slap or
Yeah,
something?
wanted
Then
to
she now
slap her.
slapped
Now
the son too.
slapped
That
the
how can you
son.
be there and your mother is
And then
slapping
extra.
me? Yes.
Plus extra
Yes.
on top.
Yes.
For a bush. Wow. Some people are living in battlefield.
Full on, honestly, actually. A lot of
Yeah,
people
but
are living in that.
Would you slap the woman back though?
No, I wouldn't slap the woman back. I'll probably just walk away. But my husband will
wouldn't
hear
do
it.
that, but-
My husband will hear it. Not like I'll slap him, but he'll hear like you were there and you watched that happen and you didn't do anything about it. He will definitely hear it.
Tell me, what would you do?
If my mother, not mine, but like,
What would you advise
my
someone
mother.
to do? Would
For
you say the
somebody
person
else
should
to do.
slap?
so here's the thing, my natural instinct is not violence back. When somebody's violent towards me, I won't be violent back. That's my natural instinct. But honestly, I won't lie. I have to be in that
Situation to actually
situation to
determine.
know how I will respond, because honestly sometimes I feel like there's certain, maybe one or two occasions where I've responded and I shocked myself in my response, because I think it depends on what my emotional state is at the time when this thing was happening.
Yeah.
You know what I
get
mean?
that.
Yeah.
But so I was even saying something that a lot of the time it's not even the parents. Sometimes it's all those tolo siblings.
Oh, those ones too.
You just see somebody come, I'm in my brother's house, and so
I don't used to get where people get that
Audacity.
audacity.
Yeah.
Like you come to your brother's house or you come to your
that's
sister's
one.
house and you are doing, before he married you, he was like blah blah blah, and it's just like bro, go and find your own family, or go and find your own
Get
house.
your own house.
Do you pay bills? Do you do
Yeah.
anything in this house? If you don't, waka pass.
Exactly.
Go
I
back
think
to
a
where
lot
you're
of time
coming
it comes from culture though.
I get it.
From a lot of time it comes from culture, especially because they've been hearing, when depending on the house you grew up in, a lot of people have been hearing this is the man's house. So some siblings that have grown up in that kind of family, when they come to your house, they don't realize that, hey, two people own this house. Whatever misaligned thoughts you have, you can't just come and misbehave anyhow.
That's true.
And so they want to show you that authority. I remember there was this friend, I had this friend where her sister-in-law was living with them. This girl so pepe. So pepe.
don't used to
Like
know
sometimes she'll just be in the room with her husband. Like just before you're about to get the sister will just open the door and enter.
No knocking, no nothing.
No knocking, no
And the
nothing.
husband will not say anything.
You know something?
That's the problem. That's where the problem
I
is.
don't used to understand that. I'm sorry. What do
He
they have
can't
on
even
you?
see. He
What do
can't
they
even see
have-
that is a problem.
No, but what do they have on you that makes you not respond? I don't understand. Like, so I can maybe slightly understand the parents' part, but like the sibling part, like, what do they have on you that makes you?
Like they're blackmailing him.
Yeah, there must be something that
His blood is thicker than water.
yo. But we are
So
now.
your wife is what?
And what she is
Eh,
water.
she did not grow up in your house. She does not have the same blood with you. She only said I do.
And she can say I don't anytime.
Exactly, right? And a lot of parents will now even be pushing that narrative of this is your blood, right?
Yeah. Let's pick some Pookie Jack questions and see if that would further spark.
I promise
This
to be.
conversation has
I
been-
promise to be gentle. I will not give any
Here you go.
aggressive responses.
Have you picked like first?
Yeah, she picked
So many
first. So
times.
many.
That's why she now even gave me 2 questions in one.
No, it's not.
You picked it.
Okay, it's
Thank you.
continuation. Okay. Is it wrong to block people out of your marriage completely, even close ones? It depends on what you mean by block people out of your marriage. If you mean because you got married, you're now forming and married, and I'm not talking to you, I can't hang out with you anymore, then no. But if you mean like keep your marriage business to yourself, yes. Marriage is you, your husband, and God. Nobody else needs to know. anything, except of course maybe you're in a situation of abuse, physical and emotional abuse, and it's getting to you. Then you need to speak with someone, maybe a trusted friend, relative, or a counselor. So it depends on the situation.
And
What
if
do
you
guys
have
think?
busybodies too, that will
Oh, those
not,
ones
they
are
will not
blocked
hear.
out automatically.
Block them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys
Okay.
think?
I'm on the same
I
page
agree.
with that. I'm on the same page with that. Okay. Next.
Cannot just say, let me just pick it.
it.
Who's worse, overbearing in-laws or nosy single friends with opinions?
Single friends.
In-laws, actually.
Yeah.
Because I get it. Like, obviously, if my child was to get married, I want to sort of still guide and make sure they're fine. But what they don't understand, especially if you are the boy's parents, is that this girl is building her home. See, I don't know if I'm biased, but I feel like the parents of the girl, they're not going to come and impose things in a house because
likely
it's their
not.
daughter's home. She's trying to build her home. They can advise, but in our culture, a lot of the time, it's the boys' parents who they feel like it's their son's house, and they don't realize that this young lady, she's just trying to do the best she can. You can advise, but most of the time, if you hear stories, have you ever heard that the girl's father went to the house, then he slapped the husband, then the husband, like, you don't hear
Men
those kind of
generally don't
things.
have stress.
You don't
No,
hear
but
those kind
even
of
from
things.
the girl's side, you don't hear the mother-in-law.
Or have you ever heard this
You don't hear
situation?
the mom, the girl's
Yeah.
mom coming to the house
Exactly.
and trying to put her foot down like it's my like.
Have you ever heard a situation of where the girl had a baby and her mom came and the mom was now maltreating her? You don't hear such things. And so I feel like let's even just put this out there. Like, if you are a mom-in-law, especially because they're the ones that are most guilty, like, please show grace to your daughter-in-law.
And my mother-in-law, she said that because my mother-in-law is the best. Like I said, I'm sure you guys have seen, you won't even know that we are not like mother and daughter. Sometimes, because she's like Temi, she can talk to stone. So even if you don't want to talk, she will make you talk. You will just with her, just.
Keep going.
She'll make you gist. So she told me that because she had a bad experience with her own mother-in-law, she vowed that she will never treat her own daughter-in-laws badly.
Yeah.
Right? And trust me, she's reaping the benefits.
She didn't go
Yeah.
the
Because-
opposite way. It's because she also has a very good mind.
Yeah.
A good heart, a good mind. She's a Christian too. She's a real Christian. Some people, when they experience it, they want to transfer it.
And that's bad. That's
Yeah.
bad. Do you get? Because like down to if like she'll be defending me over her own son. She does it for the other daughter-in-laws too. Like it's not just a one-off. All of the daughter-in-laws are very comfortable, free with her. Like it's to her own benefit because sometimes sons, like they always say, daughters will remember home, but sons they forget home. It is me that's reminding my husband, we have to do this for her. She said she wants you need to I'm having her back even when she's not there because she's like my mom. But if you are wicked to me, best believe I'm the one that's going to block anything that is happening.
Yeah. No,
You'll not be
actually,
invited.
you are actually very correct. A lot of mother-in-laws think that their daughter-in-law is bad, but it is how you
treat
treated
her.
If she felt if she felt loved, felt welcome, she will be soft towards you.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, what they forget is that you are the one who is outside. Though. She's the one in your son's bed.
Yes.
And she's twisting.
Yes.
Like, it's not even like she's manipulating him. But even sometimes
If your
the man
son
too-
really loves the woman and
Yeah.
sees that she's not happy, they won't even want you around in the house now.
And to be fair, even men, I was still telling my parents recently, I was like, you people are so lucky that you had many girls because we're the ones that talk to them almost every day. Where the boys,
They don't remember.
Phew. Right? So it's not even as if the girl is doing anything deliberate to the man. Men are just like that. So it's when you are now nice and close to your daughter-in-law, she will now be helping you mitigate. She will remind the husband. But if you are
If you are
wicked,
good,
That's the end.
that's you and your son.
Okay, let me pick one. All right. Oof, okay. Have you, this was interesting. My answer is already no, but let's hear it. Have you ever gotten marriage advice from someone who's been divorced 3 times?
Aye, aye, aye.
It's very specific. Divorced at all,
3 times.
or divorced 2 times, or divorced
Yeah,
3
I
times.
know.
I've never gotten marriage advice.
We have a lot of
but
them
I
on
heard-
social media.
But I heard like some of them are the ones that have like the advice. They become like marriage coaches.
I hear that a lot of marriage counselors, I mean, a good number of them have been divorced before. So basically, they've been there, they made a
Is
mistake,
it
and they're not
validity
advising.
that, okay,
But I
that's
don't know
it.
how valid. It really depends on the person, because some of them still marry again. Imagine divorce 3 times. It means you didn't learn lesson from your first marriage. You still made the same mistake. So how are you in a
Hey,
position
coach.
to counsel me? So we
How
have
are
to be
you, marriage
careful and be able to
coach?
filter. Some will learn and become better. Some, they don't learn anything. They rather now be giving you upside down advice. So you have to be discerning to know, okay, this is who I should listen to. This is who I
Sure.
shouldn't.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah. I think I'd rather listen to advice from someone who's been successfully,
Thank
who's
you.
successfully
Who has done it
married and is still
successfully.
married,
Yes.
than listen to advice from someone who's divorced.
Someone who you are seeing their marriage and you're like, oh, this looks beautiful. I want, not the one that is suffering and smiling in the marriage.
It's true. Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Sure.
Okay. All right.
Do you think that there are a lot of marriages where they're actually suffering and smiling? Like you see them on social media, they look perfect. When you're with them, it looks perfect. But if you catch maybe the woman separately, she'll tell you like she's living through hell.
Yeah, I mean, I totally like social media. Anyway,
Yeah, I think social media is easy to hide. But I feel
very
like when they're around you, especially if they hang around you a lot, you will see some signs. But on social media, they do it well.
Don't even social media should never.
I feel like,
be the yardstick.
or what I hear, and I think I agree, is that it's the people that post they are married the most that are not even
It's
that, because it's like they need external validation. Because why? You,
Femi
Yeah, I
has
know.
broken the whole tea. Femi.
but that's what
I
I
don't know.
just heard, and I just agreed that it looks.
You heard and you agreed. I mean, I understand why she's saying what she's saying though, because like there's some people I see on social media. I mean, this has happened multiple times. They do all these skits together. They do all this like fun stuff together. It looks like marriage is wonderful. We can still joke. We can still make, but like a few months, maybe a few years after you've seen their skits, you just realize that they are going through like a tumultuous divorce.
It was happening with this famous actor now, Nino Lowo and his wife. This post lovely Bolanle Nino Lowo. What do they call him? Makanaki.
Oh.
Yeah, they posted the best pictures. People were like, God when. Just a few months after, they were already heading for divorce. It's like,
Wow.
so what? People now went to go and scroll back. It's not the people that posted this one. Do you understand?
And
So
sometimes
social
they'll
media, they
delete
hide
some,
it well.
some things
Yeah.
from before.
Yeah.
No, social media should not be the yardstick. But I think, what should be the yardstick is like spend time with these people. If you see anything that you want to pick it up, but don't make it a yardstick for your own like marriage. You say, oh, my marriage is successful because we can show off like how wonderful it is. No.
Do you know this thing just reminded me of one marriage conference we went for a long time ago? So husband and wife, Nigerian couples. I don't take a lot of marriage advice from older Nigerian couples because I feel like a lot of the time is a bunch of bullshit. But anyway, so it was a church. It was a church conference and I just realized that everything this couple was saying was so backwards. Like, let me give you an example. So the woman was saying something like, the way you treat your husband, you treat him like a king. I'm not saying that's wrong. But the example she was now giving, like you make sure that his food is ready before he comes back from work. When he comes back, you serve him like a king.
No, you know the one that threw me off. I don't know if you guys saw it on social media then. Was this group of women. I don't want to mention the tribe because it sounds like we're not speaking English. The translation was maybe that one came and said, my husband, my younger sister was in my house and she slept with my husband.
Blood of Jesus.
I sent her back in. Evil demon that wanted to steal my husband. Then the other ones were saying, yes, if somebody sleeps with your husband, that means that there's something wrong with you. You need to send the demon out and work on yourself. I'm like, the man cheated. It's not the sister's problem. It's not the man's problem. It is you. You should send the demon, your sister, out. And you didn't even ask, what if he abused your sister? What if he's abusing? Do you understand? Right? You did not ask that one. You now said, work on yourself. And we're all saying, yes, you see, because my husband is this.
Who are these people?
It was on social me down now. They used to wear Ankara uniform. That thing, and they were really strict women, you know, this church women's association that they were. Yes, that's why when you said I don't take advice from old school, that was what I just remembered in my head. That this is why Kome doesn't take their advice.
I tuned out of it because the way she was making it sound is like this man can do no wrong. Like your purpose in life is to serve him.
And they were the ones that enabled men.
Yes.
That's why there's this narrative now all over that we are trying to change in our generation.
She was not even saying things like, don't worry whether he puts his things in the laundry. Don't worry whether he puts his shoe by the side of the door. You clean up after him.
Maybe there was a
famous
actor that said, if your husband is cheating.
In my mind, I'm like, oh.
That one that said, if your husband is cheating, no, you don't confront him. When he's going out, just make sure you give him a pack of condoms so that he does not bring disease home. I'm like,
Is this like
you don't mean
advice
it.
that somebody gives?
Yes, now. This
is the nonsense advice we're talking about.
Do you get?
This is
That's what she means by all this old school, because that is what women used to cope, or how would I say, tolerate back in the days. Is now that women are no longer tolerating. That's why divorce rate looks like it's high.
It's true.
Do you get?
I see that.
Okay.
All right. Do we do one more round?
Yeah,
or
let's
I think
go
we'll do one more
on.
round.
Yeah. Somebody bring nonsense advice to me.
How do you set boundaries without causing World War Auntie? So how do you
set boundaries without causing? I think that's part of what we said at the beginning, where we're like, before you, I mean, if you're already married, that one, that's a discussion you have with your husband now, where we sit down and we say, these are the rules of like how much advice, like what kind of advice we can get from people. Who are the people that we even care about their advice, if they even advise at all? Or, like, you agree with your spouse. And if somebody gives advice that we don't accept or that we don't agree with, how do we respond? For my family, I'll respond.
Exactly.
For your family, you respond.
Exactly.
Like, set those
100%.
boundaries.
Yeah.
If it's even necessary to have a proper family meeting where everybody is present. And I think it's a very wonderful manly thing to do for the man, if it's on the man's side, to say, this is our new, we're changing things in this marriage. We want things to be better, especially if it's been tumultuous, right? This is how we want things to be going forward. And anybody that is not falling in line, we might have to excommunicate you. Simple.
So that will only work for a marriage where the man is ready to do it.
That's what I'm saying now.
What if the man is not ready to do it?
And then that's at that point, I think that's a different topic. This one is like, how do you set boundaries, right? You have to have discussion. If the man is not ready to do it, I don't know how the woman.
With you, but he's just not willing to take that bold stand.
It will be so tough.
I don't know how you say.
Because what if you have to be in agreement and actually
like I don't see it working where it's just only
one person.
Like you can set boundaries for yourself, but you can't set boundaries
for someone else.
I remember one particular aunt. So this is like back in the days. Anytime her husband's family are coming, so she had this similar issue. Anytime they are coming, she won't argue. She will say, your mommy is coming. Oh, that would be so lovely. As soon as the mommy is entering the house with bag, mommy, I'm so sorry. My office just sent me to Ogun State for a 2-week course.
Yeah.
She will not be in the house for that 2 weeks while mommy is around. She'll leave him. Sometimes she might even say she and her kids, they have one big mommy Ikeja that they need to go and visit. That's how they'll leave that woman in the house. And she did it to the point where it became a thing. She will not say, don't come. But as you are coming,
they'll get the message.
She will not be in the house with you.
That's not a bad strategy, honestly, for like people who don't have like the bold. If you can't do it, if you don't have, if your spouse is not stepping up to the plate. But honestly, it's best when the two of them are in agreement, both the wife and the husband. At making sure that people don't pass their boundaries.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
okay.
come here.
So I watched this skit yesterday on Facebook where a mother-in-law, I don't know if you guys have seen it, a mother-in-law came in and she came in with her son. The wife was innocently just in the house and she told the son, slap your wife.
Yeah,
and he slapped the wife.
Yeah, then the wife got up and slapped her.
No,
back.
not that
That's
one.
not the one.
So she said, slap your wife. He slapped 3 times. And then the mother now said, okay, why did you slap your wife? I was like, Mommy, because you said I should slap her. And then the mother now said, so are you a baby? You didn't even ask me, Mommy, what did she do? You just started slapping her. And basically, the skit was now trying to teach maturity to men. I feel like a lot of men got married, but they weren't ready for the position of protector over their wives.
That's true. And that's a very important topic. Your job as a man is not just to be giving birth to children and to make money.
Why did I pick this person?
It's also to actually protect your house.
Yeah.
Including all the people in it.
Yeah.
If your house is not protected, it's failed. It's a failed marriage. Simple.
I feel like we've already answered this question. What's your personal code for handling busybodies? Do you ignore, educate, or explode? We've talked about it, so let me just pick another one. By the way, my philosophy is to ignore, okay?
Yeah, sure.
Do you explode? We all know the answer to that one. My people.
All right, so this one says, do you believe every mother-in-law secretly wants to be the third person in their child's marriage?
I'll be a busybody mother-in-law. Why? Do you know what I've noticed for some of these women? Some of the mother-in-laws that are nasty. Because they don't have a good marriage. And then they now see their son doting over someone, treating the person like a queen. They're now jealous because their own husband is not treating them like that. So they're now angry and, making the child's life difficult. If you really have a sweet marriage, you will not be looking at your daughter's own or your daughter-in-law's own because your husband is, treating well and everything. So you don't have time to be noticing what is happening with them.
Actually,
that's what
a good
happens.
point.
That's such a good point. I've not thought about it. It's that transferred. Like they're like, oh, like this is not.
This is not how I had it.
Yes. Why is this woman enjoying? It's like, one of those things where when you were in boarding school, especially those really bad boarding schools, and you have really bad seniors, it's transferred, right? When they were juniors, somebody did it to them.
So they
want
to
to do it to you.
I always thought it came from a place of maybe they had sort of like expectations and dreams for their son, and you don't look like it.
They could be that
right?
too.
So like there's some women, like imagine if the person is like a very religious kind of person, and you don't look like that, she will now be wondering where they're going to bring this Jezebel from, right? And so for her, she's not happy.
If you have a problem with it, it's before the marriage. Once that marriage has happened, you just have to accept it.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, this before the marriage, you'd have psyched your son, hey, don't marry, do everything to make sure that marriage does not happen. But the moment that marriage has happened, there's nothing you can do again. You just have to accept it.
Well, I guess
Just have to accept it.
They want to break the marriage.
No, you can't break marriage. That's not even a good record for your son.
They don't think of it like
they don't
that,
think about it like that.
right?
They think their son can just go and pick up another person now.
Yeah, and to a great extent, sometimes there are some mothers that they are not the busybody. So like when we're talking about siblings that come and interfere, the problem is that the mother, instead of now being objective, will side the child, and so automatically you started World War III because maybe your child did something like that one that would just barge into the room. Eventually, the person involved had to slap that sister. I think it was even an older sister. Had to slap her and walk her out of her matrimonial room. Of course, they'll call family meeting. It will not be a big deal. But a lot of mothers don't know how to tell the truth and be like, you two, why did you do that? They'll come and say, you mean you slapped her? And so, of course, that family is separated.
That's the end now. All right, it's my turn now. Let me pick the last bit of cookie jar before we wrap this up. Okay. Have you ever been tempted? This one's easy. Have you ever been tempted to say, mind your business, but swallowed it with a smile? I don't know, maybe not the last part.
Me, I've been tempted to say it and swallowed it. Maybe not with a smile, like you said.
Like,
I won't
not
be
the last
smiling,
part.
but
Yeah.
I'll just roll my eyes.
Just roll my
and
eyes.
just pretend I cannot hear you.
Or just, yeah.
Or if you're someone that, is so, you respect person and they're giving it out of love, you say, okay, no problem. It's going like this.
It's going out the other
I'm not doing nothing. That's how me I handle it.
Yeah. Tempted to say, yes. Have you ever been tempted to say?
I actually said mind your business in my mind.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so it has actually happened to me before where something happened and like an older person called to try and keep the peace. But the person was now not addressing it the way I would have liked. And so I didn't say anything. I just kept quiet. But what I was going to do was in my mind, like, okay, this happened because we allowed certain things. So from now on, we will not allow these certain things anymore, so that peace can reign and everybody can go to heaven
Be
peacefully.
happy. Yes, remember our goal is to make heaven.
All
these marriages, all these things.
You're not married in heaven.
There's no marriage.
So you don't
You're married
want
to
use
Jesus.
marriage to take away your heavenly
My
race,
sister.
right? So.
Yes. Okay. So
Audience.
let's pick one for our audience. Let me shake it
Pick a
very,
hot
very
one
people.
for them.
God, please let this one be hot. Because I want you people to write something in that comment section.
Give them something spicy.
Spice it. Let's see, God, please. I feel like I need to be picking the question for the audience on
Separate.
the side.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. How do you deal with those who ask, when are you having another baby?
Womb watchers.
So you told them you want another one.
The womb watchers. How do you deal with those who ask, when are you having another baby? That is a question for you. If you've enjoyed this episode, remember to like, subscribe, comment, and we hope you've had a wonderful time hanging out with us. We'll see you next time. Until then, bye.